Hello everyone, I'd like to take a moment to show you some of the gaming aspects of the Nokia Lumia 635 for AT&T. This is a $99 Go phone. You can use it with an existing contract just by putting your SIM card in there, or you can buy it via contract for 99 cents with an AT&T Next program for $5.84 per month, or $7 per month for a 12-month plan. The first one for $5.84 is an 18-month plan. So you get a little extra time there to pay that one off. This device has 512 MB of RAM, comes with a quad-core 1.2 gigahertz processor that is a Snapdragon 400 processor. So pretty good specifications for such a cheap device. So let's take a look at the kind of games you can play with this. So we go ahead and get this unlocked. It runs Windows Phone 8.1 with the Lumia signed firmware out of the box. I've updated this to Windows Phone 8.1 update that includes the start folder capability, and they're actually live folders that have your live tiles inside the folder. So that way I made a games folder with a little Xbox controller. We'll take a look at some of the games that I have in there. So I'm not too big of a gamer on mobile, but I can appreciate mobile games is a great way to have fun with your phone. So I have Guardian of the Galaxy, which I haven't actually played on here, but I played on my 1520. Asphalt 8, GT Racing 2, Rival Nights, which has been a crash fest since the end of June. Hopefully they'll get that fixed. I have Traffic Racer, which is my favorite traffic racing game. Manu Ganu 2, excellent game there. Despicable Me Minion Rush, Hypernaut, Major Mayhem, Temple Run 2, Balance Resurrection, and this game here, which a lot of people are familiar with, even without the name being on there, and that's Subway Surfers, Zombie Tsunami, Piano Tiles, Wordament, Words with Friends, and a Super Nintendo emulator. Some of these things I do not have set up on here, such as the Super Nintendo emulator, because I actually play those on my 1520. But let's go right into one of the most popular games that support 512 MB, which is Asphalt 8. To show you how that looks and runs. So the 1520 does not have on-screen buttons, has hardware buttons, but the 635 has on-screen buttons. These buttons, they hide at certain times depending on what application you're in. With the HTC One M8 for Windows, the on-screen buttons you can set to auto hide. Unfortunately for the 635, it does not have the feature to auto hide these buttons all the time. It's currently dependent on the applications. But let's go in and take a quick look here. I'll go in and do play. And I'll just choose a race here. And as you can see, everything loads pretty smoothly. And so the big thing is that this is a extremely cheap phone. And it has really good specifications to be that cheap, most notably the quad-core processor. So the gameplay is really great. The graphics are really good. You do have reduced detail in certain areas. They have to reduce some of the detail since you only have 512 MB of RAM to work with. But as you can see, the game isn't slow by any means. It's an excellent device for games, even with the limited amount of RAM, since a lot of games that used to require 1 gigabyte of RAM have been optimized to work with 512 MB of RAM. And then with the processor being a quad-core processor, you get very great performance. So that's completing a lap of Asphalt 8. As you can see, it's pretty fast. It goes back to the home screen. I can go right back in to where the game is, and has pretty decent resume performance. Um, since it is lower amount of RAM, it's not the best in the world. You will notice the difference if you have a much more powerful device. But as you can see, I'm back in the game already racing, still winning and everything else. No slowdown in the game at all. Even with my horrible driving like that, still doing pretty good. We'll take him out. He's actually getting away from me. But I don't want to spend too much of your time on one game, so I'll go ahead and close that one out. Let's go take a look at some more games here. Manu Ganu 2, which is an excellent game. I definitely paid for the full version. It's a very simple game, but I really like it a lot. Has great graphics and simple gameplay, and that's a great combination. It's a very quick game. It has a setup similar to Angry Birds, to where you choose a stage, and you can earn 3 stars depending on your performance. And so it's like an endless runner game, but you can actually make your character stop, and there are checkpoints. So this is just the story here. So basically, his best friend was taken, and you're on a quest to find him. And so you're running and you're jumping and you're sliding and swinging from ropes and things like that to go and rescue your buddy. So since this is the first stage, it teaches you how to play. There's a button there that you tap to get started and to jump. It starts out really simple with you just jumping, but as you progress, you have to collect those big coins there. I got 1 out of 3. As you progress, you learn more moves, such as the double jump, the rope swing, the slide, and so forth. See, nice slide in there. And it has excellent 3D graphics. Nice sound as well. And I jumped a little early, but he can grab the edge of ledges. So I fell down then, but I didn't fall to my death. So it slowed me down. Then you get to the end, and then it rates you. So I got a star for my time, 50 seconds. I got a star for getting 100 of those, and a star for getting all 3 of those. Then you continue to the next stage, and you learn new abilities. So the game is designed well. The interface is wonderful. So now I'm going to learn the double jump. You just jump twice. Then you jump again. And then there's the wall jump. And as you continue to play, you utilize the things that you've learned that help. And so now here's the rope swinging. And as you notice, so far, I do not have the ability to stop running. That's another thing that you'll learn in another stage. See, it's very easy and simple. And you just continue to play and you continue to learn skills. And then it gets more difficult as you go along. And if you notice any slowdown, that's from my 808. I probably should record it to the phone storage instead of the SD card that I have installed on there. Because the game itself isn't slowing down. That thing there was a checkpoint. And I'll show you if I If I die, I get to continue from that checkpoint instead of starting over. It doesn't matter how many times you die. The effect of dying is that it slows down your time. So I'm less likely to get 3 stars because I've died twice and I've added a substantial amount of time to my total. The Lumia 635 just has one speaker there. The speaker's actually bigger than the hole, and so sometimes the audio is a little muted, and you definitely mute it if your finger's over it. So I didn't get 3 stars then because my time was, I spent too much time since I died twice. And you can always go back and replay the stages to get better scores. Now here's where you learn to halt, basically to make your character stop by pressing that button there. So when you're going, if there is something in the way, I can stop, and then I got smashed. So you don't want to stop and then stop again. But you stop and wait, and you let it go to keep going. It's the same thing for timing your jumps for the ropes or any other enemies that may show up. Because you don't want to jump too early for certain things. But then again, you don't want to stand around forever and waste time because then you won't be able to get your stars. There's another checkpoint. So this has been a look at Manu Ganu, and I actually just missed that last one there. So I won't be getting 3 stars for the little coins there. So let's quick look at that game. We'll go back and take a look at another game for you. So I could just multitask my way out of it. Here is Traffic Racer. It's an excellent traffic game. It has highly detailed graphics. I usually don't like these type of games simply because the graphics are usually not that great in most traffic racing games. And I know that's not a requirement of a great game because you can have a great game without great graphics. But when I play traffic games, I want to have my car pretty detailed. And this game actually fits that criteria. The vehicles are detailed. First, let me go back and show you something here. You can actually change your graphical settings. So right now my graphics quality is on normal. The 635 is powerful enough to change it to high quality, at least for this game. And so there's a multitude of vehicles that you can buy. You unlock them with in-game cash. You can also buy that cash if you don't want to wait. And the cars get better and better and better as you go on. There's a big diesel truck there. Sorry for having the screen towards the bottom. It's kind of hard to see and play through the screen, so I was trying to look over it. So I'll just go to the first vehicle. You can change the color and so forth. Now there's different game modes. You can do an endless one-way, an endless two-way, time trial, free ride, and there's a daily bonus. For the sake of time, I'll go to an endless one-way where all the traffic's going in one direction. There are different modes, or locations rather. We'll go to the suburbs, and we'll see how that looks. And so there are brakes over there, there's gas over there, and you drive your car by using this accelerometer. So there's the brakes. So you hold the gas. And if you drive close to the vehicle without hitting it, then you get a combo. You can build up combo points. And when you're above 100 kilometers an hour, you can get bonus scores by overtaking traffic cars. And so now it's going to continue. And so I got plus 200 there. I can be brave and go over and build up my score. You see, this plays really well. There isn't any slowdown. Great frame rate. Thought I could make it through there, but obviously I couldn't. So you earn money by playing, and then you can play again, or you can go to a different level. You can go back to the garage and check out different things. So I'll keep my same vehicle. You can change your wheels. They're all 3D. You can upgrade your vehicle and so forth. So this is an extremely good game with great graphics. Here's an endless two-way, and I'll choose the desert stage for this one. Okay, I'm hitting the gas. There's lights you can flash. They try to get people to move. This one is harder since traffic is going on both sides. And I got took out. But I really like this game. And so I'll probably support the developer by doing an in-app purchase because it's an awesome game. The graphics are excellent. The sound is good. They have a fair progression system. There's a lot of customization here. And it reminds me of when companies like Gameloft started out and they were little known and, not a lot of people download their games, but they put a lot of effort into it. So Traffic Racer is an excellent game and I highly recommend it. Okay, we'll move on to another game. And just keep in mind how quick everything is moving here. So this is a cheap phone, $99 without a contract, 99 cents with the contract, $584, $7 a month with the next program. Very cheap device, 4.5-inch screen, excellent color reproduction. You can't really tell by this video because the 808 doesn't do great with colors in my environment here with this kind of background and the lighting and so forth. So the colors on the video are not as accurate as they are in real life. Excellent viewing angles. So even though I turn this to the side, you can still see and read what's on there. So you have a very capable gaming device here. And the graphics of the games are really good. Here's another game that I like. And these are not big name titles. The ones, except for like Asphalt 8, but the Traffic Racer and Balanced Resurrection, these are not big name titles. And this one has ads. You can always pay to disable the ads. This is another game where you can change the graphics. So I got it set to very high just to show you how the processor can handle these. I'll go ahead and hit play. I already beat the first stage, but I'll go back to it. And it shows that you can control the ball by tilting. So you can use the accelerometer to do your controls there. And the reason I'm showing these type of games, or these are the kind of games that are simple to play. See, there's an ad at the top that you can always get that removed. So you tilt and you direct the ball around. You gotta try to make it to the end as fast as you can. And this one may be kind of hard to show in video since I have to tilt the device in different directions. But this is a good one to show that the viewing angles are great on this device. Because when you play a game like this, you're not going to always be looking directly at the screen. So with these type of games, viewing angles are of the utmost importance, which is why I'm glad that they chose a pretty good screen for this device. The screen is worlds better than the Lumia 520 screen, which was the previous cheap Lumia phone on AT&T. This thing here changes the ball to a concrete ball, rolls a little bit slower, but that enables me to knock over and move these big heavy boxes here. So I need to create a path so when I switch the ball back to a different type of ball, then I can come through here. So I'm just rolling it back and forth, trying to make it to where I can go through there. Okay. So now I'm gonna go back down here, change the ball back to the wooden ball because it rolls a lot faster. And see, the heavy ball is easier to fall off the edge. Now I'm back to the wooden ball. I'm rolling faster. Don't want to go too fast because I fall off again. Not sure if it remembers that I already switched to the concrete ball and moved the boxes, but I'll go take a look. Yes, so it remembered, so now I can just roll through there without having to go there and change back to the wood ball. I almost fell off, moving a little too fast there. It's a checkpoint when the flames turn from blue to the orange and yellow flames. Pretty calm and soothing music. Not exactly sure what those do yet because I haven't played this enough to figure it out, but something you can collect, so I collect it. Need a little more momentum to knock those over. So you go back, roll down. You just kind of keep working it until you get them knocked over. So I can go around there. Beware of the hole because you just fall straight off the edge. And this is running in the high graphics settings I've shown before, which is the same graphical settings that I use on my 1520. Only difference being resolution of the screen. And there you have it. I've completed a stage and I have 2 stars. I didn't get the third one because I fell off and I wasted time.